Why would she follow this man? He lured you there, girl. Oh my god. He know that you're following him. Why would she follow this man?
Do you speak English?
Yes.
What is this place?
Museum.
It's a museum?
No.
Hey, what's up? Happy Tuesday. How are you?
Can I go in?
Yeah, sure.
Hey. Hi, Aryan. How are you? Hey, Jess. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm doing really good. Working from home today, so I feel really good. I am great. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you. I'm a little bored too because work is kind of slow. Have y'all ever seen The Watcher on Netflix? I'm watching it right now, and it's actually really good. What are some good movies on Netflix right now? So I have Netflix, I have Max, and I got rid of my Amazon Prime. But what are some good movies right now? And I love scary movies. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, Manny. What's up, EBK? So this is like a thriller. It's called The Watcher. Hey. I'm weird because I like the gory, scary, real creepy stuff.
You followed him here?
Thank you so much.
Francis thinks that I'm overreacting, but he's been watching us since we moved in.
Let me see. How long have I been watching
I
this?
think he works here as a cleaner. People come and go here all the time.
It's almost
You never
gone.
get a good look at their faces. They all have this.
Yeah, what's some good movies, y'all? I love horror movies. I like comedies too, but horror is like my favorite genre of movies.
No.
I can watch them all the time. It's like addicting. You know what? Now that I think about it, it's crazy that my mom had me watching horror movies when I was like 4. And that's probably why I'm so, like, I was never scared of them because I would watch them with her all the time when I was like 4 years old. I'm sitting here 4 years old just having a blast watching horror movies. Those two what?
Get back to work.
I am doing great. Thank you for asking
for
me.
looking after me. I'll try and do the same for you.
Let me see. That is wild. Like, my mom really had me. I think the first one that I've ever watched with her was Candyman when I was 4. I remember every time she had an off day, we would watch a scary movie together. Y'all, when I tell y'all I don't want to work, it's so slow. It's so slow. But I would rather have that than be busy at home because I feel like I'm way more productive when I'm at work instead of like working from home. You doing a lot, friend. You are doing a lot. I don't ask about your panties. Not you naughty early in the morning. Is he trying to kill this girl?
Are you okay? Get back to work.
Are you okay? 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 Are Y'all see that? My nerves. It's like, you know how you get that one nerve that like keep moving? Normally, like, it's my eye twitching. What are y'all doing today? Ariana, what are you doing here? I'm not gonna lie, I'm ready to take a nap. I am ready to take a nap. Thank you for tapping the screen, guys. Thank you. Send me some hearts. Let me know y'all watching. What's up? What y'all doing? Looking outside, you would have never known that it was storming. We had a whole tornado warning. Some parts got hit.
Hi, Irina.
They are shiny. I like my lips shiny.
Irina. I heard screaming from in here, okay? If we can just get the key. She's hurting her, okay? Can we get the key and clean out the
Y'all have to watch this movie. What's tomorrow, the 5th? I love you back.
Avevamo a pisica. Sì? It was cat. Elvis! Elvis! Panorama asta mi-a furat pisoniul.
Hey y'all, welcome in. What are y'all doing?
Nu suntem la circ.
What's the word?
Nu știu, dar aici la noi sunt oameni civilizați. Copii mici, bătrâni.
What did she say?
I don't know what you mean, Manny. What are you saying?
I can imagine.
Oh.
I'm starting to work this out.
It's your job.
I know, but you moved
What do
here
you
to be with
mean?
me.
Well, that's presumptuous. Maybe I've always wanted to live an aimless existence in Bucharest, smoking cigarettes and scaring my neighbors with my hysterics.
If that's you need help, I don't blame you for it. I gotta go into work for a few hours today, but we have cocktails tonight. If you're up for it.
Yeah, okay. Hi, vorbiți engleză? I was wondering if you know a woman.
Oh no, I can't do that. I can't
She
do
did
that.
come home last night, and I was just wondering if you've heard from her.
Thank you
or seen
though.
her. Okay.
I could be crazy. You don't know me, Manny. I could be crazy, you know. You don't know that. I could be insane. One more, let's see.
Are you looking for Irina?
You know where she is?
No, I just saw her last night at work.
We were supposed to meet at my apartment after she finished.
She never came?
It's not the first time, but no, she never came.
Do you know where she would be?
I think she's inside.
I don't think so. I would have heard her come in. Do you have her phone
Have a
number?
good night. It's morning here. You must be. Where are you?
Do you mind if I try and call her?
Yeah?
You know what? I should go for a walk. I wasn't able to go for a walk yesterday, but I definitely want to go for a walk today. I try to walk every day.
Wait.
I think the weather's really nice. I keep yawning,
Could you
y'all.
help
Oh my
me with
gosh.
something?
I keep yawning. Let's see.
So, you want me to knock on his door and get the guy to come out?
This movie is crazy, and I'm
Yeah.
halfway done with it,
Just
and
to
I'm
see him.
like, it's moving so slow. You know how some movies take way
That's
too
the
long
things
to
we
get to the
follow
point?
me. Place
It's
where they can't do
good,
anything,
but I just feel like it's
I need to know for
way
myself
too
it's the same
slow.
person.
Like, I need them to speed it up and get to the
How
point.
serious is this?
It's called The Watcher on Netflix.
So, which one?
Have any of y'all seen that? The Watcher?
That one there. Orders down.
Hey y'all, welcome in. Tap the screen. Show your girl some love. Talk to me. I hope y'all are doing well. Having a great day. Quiet. Rico. Rico's.
I think there's someone inside. But they didn't answer. Dobro. Da, se servește băiatul, cum să... Aha, hai, pa. Sorry, I gotta go.
Hey you guys, welcome in.
Okay.
What are y'all favorite movies?
Știu că ești acasă. Bă, pe reversul, dracu, dacă te mai uiți în casele oamenilor, vin în sparg ușa și îți rup capul ăla!
Sorry. I tried.
What did you say?
Just stop bothering you. But don't worry. He probably has a little crush on you. If you see Irina, can you tell her that I came by?
Okay.
Da, bro. Da, vine acum.
Hi, welcome in guys. Happy Tuesday. What are y'all doing? What's the word? What's the plan? What are y'all doing today? I'm working from home, so it's a pretty chill day. This movie is taking way too long to get to the point, and it's upsetting me because I love scary movies, but it's taking a while.
Ce porniți?
I'm sorry.
Okay, so if y'all have never seen The Watcher, there's this guy apparently, allegedly, stalking this girl. So they moved to Romania because of her husband's job, and there's like an apparent serial killer on the loose, and they don't know who it is. And number one, she doesn't understand Romanian. Number two, she's not working, so she's just at home all day. So everybody thinks that she's crazy for thinking that somebody's stalking her. And like this guy like keeps staring at her, but he hasn't done anything. And so everybody's like making her out to be crazy, and she's just like losing her mind right now. And now that I think about it, like, that is really messed up because, oh, is her friend gone?
Julia, this is Daniel Weber. He lives in the building across from you. Mr. Weber made a complaint with us today about a neighbor who has been harassing him.
Harassing him?
Yeah, looking at his window, following him around, showing up at his door and threatening his father. And I remember, Mr. Weber, from your complaint, and I wanted to
Hit this
resolve
dirty
this
dog.
before it goes any further.
Okay, so let me pause it.
Both can agree that this
So she has been complaining that he's been following her around. She's been seeing him around the city. She's been walking around the city. Wherever she goes, he's there. But like, he hasn't done anything. He doesn't get too close. He's within like 20, 30 feet of her. So it's not like he's doing anything, right? And so she's telling her husband about it. She's like making these complaints. She's telling everybody around her, like, I really think this man is following me. And he's always near her. So anyway, she decides to follow him one day because she's like, I really want to see what this man, like, why he keeps following me. So she finally follows him one time, y'all, one time. And he had the audacity to go to the police. Oh, and by the way, he's always staring at her through his window to his apartment because he can see, like, through her apartment, right? So he had the audacity to go to the freaking police and make it seem like she's been stalking him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he's been stalking her this whole time.
And that's not going to go any further. We can all go on with our lives. Spuneam doamnei că dacă sunteți amândoi de acord că a fost o neînțelegere, putem chiar pe calea mea.
Now he's trying to make it seem like she's stalking him. What a weirdo. Don't shake his hand. He got his hand out trying to shake it. Do not shake this man's hand because no, we are nothing. It's not cool. And no, we're not okay. And no, you're not about to act like I'm stalking you. This is crazy. And you know what? I gotta pause it again. You know how messed up situations like this is? It's kind of like something has to happen for people to take you seriously, but like the whole point of you being proactive is to prevent something from happening. But because you can't directly prove that they're doing something to you, like, you have to wait until something happens for people to take you seriously. And that's really, really scary. Like, if y'all are into crime, hey, hi Naveen, how are you? So if y'all are into watching crime TV and like all these shows, thank you. There's this one story that upsets me so bad every time I read about it, listen to it, and it makes me so upset. So long story short, this girl, she had a boyfriend. She was in college. He wasn't in college. He was a lot older than her. And they were in a relationship, but he started to get volatile. Like, he was putting his hands on her. He was acting crazy, acting deranged. And so she tried to get ahead of the game and call the police and say, hey, I don't feel comfortable. He put his hands on me before. Not put his hands on her, but like, you know, like cursing her out, talking to her crazy, threatening her, making threatening text messages. And then he would like text and call her from different phone numbers, and she knew it was him, right? And so she's like calling the police, telling them what's going on, and they're like, well, did he do something to you? And she's like, well, he hasn't put his hands on me, but like, I ended the relationship and he won't leave me alone. And so they're like, they're basically literally telling her like, well, there's nothing that we can do, right? This man literally, she was walking to school. What they could have done, because it was so much proof that he was stalking her. She ended the relationship and he kept stalking her, right? They could have banned him from the campus or something, because he kept coming to the campus that she went to school, and he ended up unaliving her because she was on her way to class, and he caught her while she was on her way to class, kidnapped her, took her to an excluded area, and unalived her. And the most frustrating part about it is that she did her due diligence. She told her mom, she told her family, she told her friends, you know, everybody to be on the lookout for him. She told campus police, she told the police in her town, and like nobody took her seriously. And as a matter of fact, what makes it even worse, when she sent a detective proof of what was going on, because the ex-boyfriend was trying to blackmail her. So he had some of her nudes, right? And so he was threatening to like send them to people, like her family and stuff. And why did the detective take her nudes for his own pleasure? That lets you know that they never took her seriously in the first place. But it doesn't even get better than that. No, it does get better than that. Not only did this man not get fired, he just got a new job. All they did was transfer him to a different department. So this girl was unalived by an ex-boyfriend. She did her due diligence, like everything that people tell you to do when you're in dangerous situations, she did it. And there was another one too, where there was this poor little kid. She was like 12, and her older brother, he had issues with mental health. And so I don't know if he was ever diagnosed schizophrenic, but they thought that he did, because he was making reference to like harming people in the house, and he was seeing things and hearing things. And so anyway, the little girl, she called 911, and her brother was like making threats. He was acting really, really strange, more than what he normally does that day. And so she called the police, and you would think that they would at least do a wellness check, right? Wrong. They didn't do a wellness check. She called, and the dispatcher freaking sucked. Okay, the dispatcher freaking sucked. She's calling, mind you, of course she's a child, so she's not knowing exactly what to ask, you know, help for. But she's like, hey, my brother's being really weird. He does have mental health issues. He has attacked our mom before. I don't know what to do. And so the dispatcher's like, well, is he doing anything? And she says, no, he's just acting really, really strange. You would think that they would at least send someone out to do a wellness check. Literally, the dispatcher did none of that. It was like, well, basically like, well, I don't know why you're calling. Like, she had no idea what to do. And the little girl she got frustrated because she was trying to explain to the dispatcher. And she was like, well, I guess he has to unalive us in order for y'all to care. And she was like, okay, bye. I guess never mind. Dispatcher didn't send anybody out for a wellness check. And you know what happened? He ended up unaliving just about everybody in the house, including the little girl that called. Including the little girl. And that pisses me off every time I think about that case. I can't remember which one it was, but it was so frustrating because it was like the next day after the little girl called, because her brother was acting even stranger than what he normally did. And she was really concerned, and she was scared of him. And I think he had history of violence against like people in their house, like, you know, her other brother and like the mom and stuff. And so she said that, you know, he kept making comments about like hurting somebody in the house and being really weird, pacing back and forth. And so the little girl called, and they didn't even do a wellness check. Literally the next day, the whole family was unalived. I think the only person that survived was the mom, and she barely made it out. Like, he ended up hurting her too, like stabbed her or something, and she barely made it out. So it's just really interesting to me and really concerning when like people tell you to do your due diligence to get ahead of the game, you know, just in case something does happen. But then they also like won't take you seriously until something happens. That's really scary to me. That's really concerning. Because why does something happen? If you're telling people, like especially people who are in like domestic violence situations, they tell you to do your due diligence, write a report, do a restraining order, do this, do that. But like, people don't really take someone seriously until something traumatic happens. And that's really freaky. And I completely understand why people take justice in their own hands. Because if you had to wait on the justice system to do it for you, you'll be lucky if you make it out of alive. Like, why wait? Why wait? Wait for what? For them to do what? You write another report and, oh, they didn't do anything. Like, you know, like, it's just way too much to me. But I just went on a whole rant because I'm watching this show, this movie, and this lady, she's been telling them that this guy has been stalking her, and nobody's taking her seriously. They're trying to write it off as if she's crazy. And it's so annoying. And this happens all the time. People are like, oh, did they do something to you? Do they have to, like, what do they have to do in order for you to take somebody seriously? Sorry, y'all. I just went on a whole rant. But yeah, I had to say that because why does something horrible or traumatic have to happen for people to take someone seriously? I would never get over that case of that little girl. Like, it made me cry the first time that I heard about it because you could hear the frustration in her voice when she was speaking to the dispatcher when she called 911, because as a kid, like, she didn't know exactly what to explain to them because, like, he hadn't actually done anything, but his behavior was really strange and erratic. So she's like, hey, my brother's being really weird. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm calling y'all. And the dispatcher didn't even do the due diligence to even, like, send someone to do a wellness check. As simple as a freaking wellness check. And the poor little girl was unalived by her older brother. The only person in the house that survived was the mom, and she barely made it out alive. I think he, like, stabbed her a few times or whatever, and she almost died herself. So it's crazy. And the little girl was so frustrated when she was on the phone, and she's like, well, I guess he has to kill us for y'all to care. Like, I guess, you know, he has to kill us for somebody to care. And then even after that comment, the dispatcher still didn't even send anybody to at least check, you know. Especially because he's had history of violence. Because I think he used to beat on their mom or something like that. And so for them to still not send, it's crazy. It was crazy. What do you mean, goofball? What you mean? Why double doors were invented. It's so scary. Now, I completely understand why people take matters into their own hands. Like, I completely understand, because if you wait for somebody else to do it for you, it's like, you'll be lucky you even make it out alive. What you mean? Was it a joke? Did I miss it? Let me know. What did I miss? And another thing too, y'all. So I was just talking to one of my other friends about this. Y'all my friends. If y'all don't know, I'm just telling y'all that, okay? So I was actually talking to me and one of my friends. We were talking about this yesterday, about how dangerous it is to have jealous people around you. Hey, how are you? What's up? Happy Tuesday. We were talking about how dangerous it is to have jealous, envious people around you. And people make, here's the thing, people make comments and they reveal themselves, and you have to take them seriously. Like, I kid y'all not. So when someone says something way too many times, I take you very literally. And I'll give you an example. So I had a friend that will always make reference to, like, jokingly say she wanted to fight me, right? Always. And it would be something simple. Like, she would just say, haha, I want to fight you. Haha, you're lucky I let you get away with blah, blah, blah. Like, I want to fight you. Right? And it was very unprovoked. Like, and it would be when she was drunk. And y'all know me. If y'all don't know me, I'm going to make it very clear. A drunk man's thoughts are a sober man's mind. Or what is it? A drunk man's words are a sober man's mind. So what you're saying when you're drunk, I believe you. Like, I'm not going to chalk it up to you just being drunk or under the influence. You mean that. And I remember one time she kept saying it. She kept saying it. Oh, I want to fight you. I want to fight you. And it was always when she was drunk. But it was so, we never had any issues. So I never thought that we've had issues. We've never clashed, nothing. And so it concerned me that every time she got drunk, she would make reference to wanting to fight me. And I didn't like it. It made me very uncomfortable. And so I stopped being around her until one time, true story, we got into a disagreement, and it was a very simple disagreement. So if y'all have ever seen, what is it called? Clothes Set? I forgot what it's called. But we were watching a show that was about, so it was about Nickelodeon child stars. It was child stars on what is that show? All those little kids shows in the 90s, and you know, right? And all of them had talked about their experience with adults being inappropriate with them. I'll just say that, okay? And so we were just talking about it. Nothing crazy, just discussing it, right? And a simple misunderstanding, and this is why I hate having important conversations via text, because things can get easily, you know, misconstrued, you know, translated differently, right? Like, you don't hear my tone in my voice, you don't hear how I'm saying it, so I can completely understand how things can be easily translated into something else. And so it was a very simple disagreement, right? And she showed her maturity level, her emotional intelligence very quickly, like over a simple disagreement. And that let me know exactly who she was, because she, how do I say this? We've never had a disagreement. We've never, not even just a disagreement, but we've never really clashed. And so the way that she reacted over a simple disagreement, over something that could have been easily resolved, let me know that when she kept saying that she wanted to fight me when she was drunk, I believed her. Like, it clicked in my head. I'm like, she hates my guts. She hates my guts. And it was always when she was drunk. So at first I would just say, oh, she's drunk, like, you know, but she would try to laugh it off and say, oh, I want to fight you. Ha ha ha. Mind you, never had an issue before. So it was just really weird, and it did rub me the wrong way. But anyway, I brought that up because I was talking to one of my friends about having jealous people, envious people around you, people who genuinely don't like you. It may not be very obvious, but they genuinely don't like you, right? Tap the screen, guys. Send me some hearts. Show me some love. Are y'all here? Are y'all awake? They are doing this freaking leaf blower outside my window, and it's so loud. But yeah, so we were talking about having jealous, envious people around you. And my first mind isn't to think that somebody's envious of me, jealous of me, you know, unless somebody reveals themselves. I don't want to think that about people, right? And so for the longest time, every time this girl was drunk around me, she would always hee hee ha ha laugh about wanting to fight me. And it was so unprovoked until we had an actual disagreement, and I thought it was a simple one. It wasn't a big deal to me. And the way she went off, like, her hinges were completely unhinged. And that told me everything that I needed to know. And it scared me so bad, because in my mind, I'm like, our entire relationship, our entire friendship, you hated my guts. You really did not like me. You scare me. This is scary. That's why you have to be very careful of the company that you keep, because I'm telling you right now, some people that you don't dislike you probably hate your guts. And I know that's really like messed up to even think that way, but like, that's the honest to God truth. Some people, they want to be around you because you really do great in your life and you're blessed, and they want what you have secretly. Like, you won't know. It's not going to be very outward, you know, they're not going to say it, but it is scary. Like, even look at what freaking Yolanda did to Selena. Look at what Yolanda did to Selena wholeheartedly. Like, she swore it was an accident, but girl, Selena was very popular, very beautiful, very likable. Like, people loved her. And then here's Yolanda, you know, she's being accused of stealing, and, you know, because, you know, like, you have to be careful of the company that you keep. And you would have thought on the outside looking in, like, she really loved Selena. So I feel like that's like a prime example. It's so many cases of people being jealous, envious, and harming somebody because of their jealous and envy. Like, that, it's really scary. I don't want to be around anybody like that. Like, that's creepy to me. That's very scary. And also, too, you don't know what they're capable of. They don't know what they're capable of. Because when somebody is taken over by the spirit of envy and jealousy, they are just about capable of doing anything beyond their own understanding. Like, they don't even know what they're capable of. That's how powerful it is. So you definitely have to be mindful of the company that you keep. And I don't like just having just anybody around me. Like, even when I'm just around my friends, you have to be careful of the company that you keep. Like, I was around one of my friends recently, and I absolutely thought that she was a weirdo. And not the good kind of weirdo, because I love a good weirdo. I love people who are quirky, weird, strange, they march to the beat of their own drum. I love them. Love them to pieces. But when I say weirdo, she came out very strange to me. Very... Have y'all ever been around somebody that just likes to hear themselves talk? Like, because they're around somebody new or somebody that they've never met before, they try to put this persona out there of, like, how they want you to view them. So I'll just give you an example, y'all. So I'm chilling, having a great old time. Just when I'm having a good time, I'm to myself, I'm chilling. Like, I'm really enjoying the moment. I'm happy to be here, right? And so she's talking about how many degrees she has, and people are jealous of her, and everybody's hating on her, and I hate women that are like this and women that are like that, and they agitate me, and I'm better than such and such, and I have 401k, and everybody wishes they were me. Like, that's what I mean by strange. I don't trust you. Oh, I got pulled over recently, and I was speeding down the highway, and the police officer decided not to give me a ticket because he just told me that I was just so beautiful. He just told me that I was just so gorgeous, and I was able to get out of a ticket. Like that, like trying to portray something, trying to convince you that they are something that they're not. That's what she gave me. That's the type of energy that she gave me. So I thought she was very strange. I thought she was very odd. It was very unprovoked. Like, why are you telling me your life story? We're supposed to be having a good time. Who are you trying to convince? Yeah, I'm very careful about who I like to be around me, because, girl, where did these even come from? Like, who are you trying to impress? Because it's definitely not me. Be yourself, okay? Just be yourself, chill, have a great time. You don't have to prove a point to me. I am not the one to prove a point to. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't care. We're supposed to be having a good time. I should do a story time. I definitely want to do a story time when I get back on here. But I have a couple things that I need to take care of with work. I'm gonna hop off real quick, guys, and then I'll be back. Y'all. Subscribe so you can see me go live again, okay? Because I would love to do a story time, but I have like a couple meetings to do. So I love y'all.